Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well this beautiful evening or afternoon where you live or middle of the night where you live. Thank you for everybody showing up. Tonight I got our astronaut guy highlighted to the moon. Let's go. Let's get ready. Look at hello, Simon. Russ says, "Oh my God, let's go! I'm bursting with multiple pulses." Yes, mine is too. I hadn't looked at it in so long, but I did look at it today earlier. Let's see. I can't tell you what it says, but let's see how much of a smile it brings to my face. I remember in the bull market when it was flying high. I mean, I would check my staker app. Oh, see, up a considerable amount today from where I checked it earlier. That's pretty badass. I'm really looking forward to Pulse Chain launching so that we can all be just like cheering again. Hey, everyone, pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up? My son loves that song. Squid Lord. Hey, Randy, I joined the gang. We'll try and make the Zoom call, although never done one. The first thing you guys need to do if you're going to do the Zoom call is you have to actually, it takes a minute or two to put Zoom on your computer, or just get the Zoom app and you'll be able to join Zoom. We do it because it allows a lot of people to join and have a conversation. Can't do that with Google Meet. So paying for Zoom, we're going to use it. Jim Rat. Yes, sir. Let's go. Just got back from cutting an old lady's lawn. She told me her husband was a Vietnam vet who got sprayed with Agent Orange. 3 years ago, he blew his brains out. Then we had a nice cup of tea. See, interesting conversations. My mom always said, man wasn't meant to kill other men. And if you go to war and you do hurt somebody or you get hurt, it just messes you up for life. It's just not natural. It's really sad what it does to your brain. Ask all the vets. I worked at the VA. I'm a veteran. The military, if you're in the military and you're in there and you didn't have to go to war, you're a lucky camper like me. I feel for the people that actually had to go to war. And lives will never be the same. Whether it be hexologist or ATX crypto, any of those guys who actually saw action. Hello, Randy and everyone in the chat. Good evening. It is. Yes, it is tea time. Crypto Surfer 369. Let's go. It's always like this. There's always some people that weren't prepared for PT scripts. It's just normal. We had, well, I can look at the charts, but it looks like we had a good 6 months of opportunity. TexX. Thank you. Hey, there's Jeremy. Hey, Randy, loved your stream with my brother Corey Geary this morning. Yeah, if you guys didn't see that stream, wow, high energy, Corey and I. That was fun. All aboard the HEX train. Well, the HEX train's going, but if there's a delay with Pulse Chain version 3, then we'll slow down again. But I saw that, if you guys didn't notice, that somebody added 2 million in liquidity once it passed 5 cents. So people are like, oh, Randy, what does that mean? How is that good news? It's good news because it makes it more difficult for the price to dip. There's a cushion there now. There's no cushion on the way up, but there's plenty of cushion on the way down. So that's very strategic market making, whoever's doing that. So congratulations. I like that kind of market making. Let's go. Feels good. Yeah, it does, Putting Guru, especially because a lot less fighting going on. Good evening, Doug. Hello, free speech. Good to see you. Back to all-time highs. We still have 10x to get there. X domination. That's what it feels like in this bear market, doesn't it? Good evening, fine sir. It was a blast having you on today. Thanks again. Glad to be there, Corey. Lights out. James. I had some good meetings this evening. So if you guys do not know, here, let me put it up. My Patreon. I'm local, man. I don't know what I was thinking, but what I do with my Patreon is that if you sign up for it, you get a 30-minute call with me. And I had no clue that it was going to blow up like this. We're over 80 people now. We're closing in on 100, and my calendar is booked for like the next couple of weeks. I'm like, my wife's like, baby, you really created a job for yourself. I'm like, yeah, I haven't worked since my son was born. All I've been is a dad, and just just live streaming once in a while and coming out and hanging out with you guys on whether it was Discourse Syndicate or dollar cost crypto shows during his course. So I was kind of like hidden behind the scenes. I was loud on Twitter, and I would make my rooftop musings and that kind of stuff. But that's a different kind of social media. This is interactive. My Patreon is interactive because we have a Telegram channel to monitor now. I also have everyone who signs up gets a free 30-minute call with me. And every Thursday, we do a strategy call. So holy crap, I gave myself a job. So today I went for my walk while my son was working out, and Greg was there. Greg is my friend from Fiji who happens to be a HEXican, and he walks with me on Mondays and on Wednesdays. And I was just exhausted, man. He goes, Randy, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right, but I'm a little bit worn out because I haven't used my brain this much in a long time. Seriously, it's feels like a job again. Hello, Marion. Good to see you, ma'am. There's Tin Top. There's Pete. The conditions are right for a revolution. Man, it's getting there for a while now. Hello, Alex. Giddy up, Hex. I don't know what. This is one thing I don't like about living in the city. It's just all the weird noises. So right now I could hear this like high pitched. It sounds like an airplane engine. I know it's not an airplane engine, but this high pitched wee somewhere out there. Man, it's like really. I feel like I'm back in the Navy again on the airfield. Hey, will it be long? Hey, Randy, it's Wednesday. Did Richard have an update today? Not that I've seen. What? You had a midday stream and didn't know it? And I didn't know it? Yeah. Corey and we had a stream today. It was fun. Looking good, Randy. Thank you, UFO to go. I'm trimming down, as you guys can tell. Uncle Will, shipmate, it's going good. Life is good. My Staker app is up a whole bunch. I like seeing that. I tell people all the time, if HEX never won above 50 cents again, I think I'd be okay with it. But I know other people, they want it to go higher because they bought higher. But for me, 50 cents is like the gravy train. Peppy, pumper upper. Yeah. Hello, Steve. See you. Randy, did you happen to check the name of the vitamins you buy? The brand. You know what I can do? I got another way I can do it. I can see my orders on Amazon. And what brand are they? NutriCost. NutriCost. Let me type that in for you. They're not too expensive, but the quality is really good. They've got everything that you would need. Hey, Ted. What about the... I'm not... We're not talking about the horse story. I'm not talking about it publicly. Or unmute your mic. What? Oh God. That because I was with Hex Hodler in his call, and I couldn't hear him, and his mic was muted earlier. Couldn't figure out why. Pulse strategy for beginners when launch starts. Jay Perry, pulse strategy. Own ERC20s, top 200 days ERC20s, pick a couple. And when Pulse Chain launches, you sell those for Pulse. That's the strategy I would have if I didn't have any Pulse Chain or Pulse X. I wouldn't go the route everyone else is going and trying to sell HEX, PHEX when it gets the copy. That sounds great, but if 1,000 people do it, it's just going to ruin the trade. So it's better to find stuff that's a little less known. Hello, Sandy. When Sandy comes in, everyone just goes on a love fest. Hey, hey. Is it? Will it be long? Okay, we'll see that in a minute when I pull up the chart. The guy that spiked the chart put a huge sell wall in just under. Looks good. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, PTSD after 8 years in the military, for sure. Not me. I didn't have my military time was actually pretty easy. I got to stay in hotels, I fly around the world. It was all during Clinton, so yeah, I have a whole bunch of medals for Bosnia and Kosovo and all that. But did we actually do anything over there? No. We could have ended the war like that. If the EU helped us out, it would have been over real quick. No, we let people slaughter each other for 8 or 9 years. It was ridiculous. And I don't choose any sides. I just say that war could have been ended real quick. Hey, Randy Crypto Fam. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello, Ben. I got mid-May PTSD. Great way to pull it back to crypto. Yeah, UFO to go. We're launching in mid-May. That was only 8.5 months ago. How do you decide if you're at a top like right now, or are you always just guessing? Oh, don't panic. I don't guess, man. I use something called the Aurochs indicator. And before I knew Richard Hart, the only thing I knew was the Aurochs indicator. So now we have the Richard signal, which definitely helps. Afternoon. We're dumping on BTC. Duggan, interesting. Great analysis of liquidity by Axis Live. 28-cent incoming. What? He's going to come on stream with me. I don't think, because his partner, Bob, well, he's on Central Standard Time, so he might stream with us at 9. It'll be 9 p.m. for him. I hope I can get Bob on. If not, it'll have to be an earlier stream, and I'll just continue to stream my normal time too. Afternoon, Hex Skins. Bleacher Fails. Hello. Randy has massive laws of attraction. I read that book. Who else read that book? That was interesting. The law of attraction. I'm happy that there are people way smarter and wealthier than me in the RH community. For sure, Hex Adler. For sure. Wonder how that sucker who dumped 30 million Hex into our hands at 2 cents feels today. The idiot lost a double within 20 days. Ouch. Yeah, but Richard or whoever the market maker is totally baited him into it. Just letting the price continue to drop. And the market maker, who I'm pretty sure we have one, the market maker could have easily come in and stopped that drop like it had done multiple times in keeping Hex between 2.5 and 3.5 cents. But market maker said, you know what? Let's let them wreck themselves. Let the price keep dumping. And they had that, the FUD was getting to them, and they're like, oh God, sell. Bye-bye. See you later, Felicia. Hello, Umberto. Smart Hex Skins, pump our bags. Yeah. The Coin Critic. What's up? Shaq O'Neal. Hello from Switzerland. Yeah. Amazing Hex performance the last 2 weeks. I think it will continue for a couple months. Hey, good high-pitched UFO in the background. You should have seen the full moon or almost full moon earlier. Wow, it looked like a big plate out there. Yeah, Corey and Dane, they have a great show. I'm refusing to check my staker till 20 cents. No way, poor man's investing. It's happening all over the world. Everything's going up. Inflation is crushing everybody. I suspect that today being Wednesday and no RH update, maybe we will get version 3 testnet this weekend. Wouldn't that be amazing? So what we did, Poor Man's Investing, is we just paid off all our debts over the last month or so. Just going to ride out this last little bit of the bear market, and hopefully everything goes good. Algeria, HEX to the fullest. You're all over the place. The ring in your ear just comes with age, my friend. Tinnitus. When I when I went to the Veterans Administration to get my disability for my ears, they laughed me out of the place. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just laughing about how they treated me. I'm a veteran. I go into the VA. I worked at the VA, and I was like, I'm applying for my disability, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. But my ears are bad because when I was stationed in Sicily, I was in the garage. My clinic was in the garage, aviation medicine. It was an old building built years ago by the Italians. I was on the Italian Air Force Base. And so all the pilots and the air crew, they all come through my office for everything, hearing exams, EKGs, all that kind of stuff. So I had the office, I had the desk on the right-hand side next to the wall, and it was just like this real thin tin wall, right? And then the Italian Air Force used to test their jet engines about 50 yards away. Seriously. And they had their, I don't know if you guys know anything about aviation, but you have the testing walls. So it'll be this huge barrier where they ramp up the jet engines and they test their burners and everything. That's where they would do it. And 2 or 3 times a week, they'd be out there testing their engines. And they had the old F-105 starfighters that the U.S. military sold them. You guys probably don't even know what F-105 starfighter is, but ugly ass plane, but they were fast. They're Vietnam era plane. Man, oh man, those things were so loud. It sounded like they were screaming when the engine was going. The plane was just an engine. It was just a jet engine with little tiny wings. Oh man. Yeah, I paid for that. I lost a lot of hearing in this right ear. So when people talk to me, I always tell them, if I just met them, I'm like, look, I'm hard of hearing in the right side. The VA laughed me out of the office. Yes, there's a horror story, Russ. Going back to my Discourse Syndicate days. Sarah G, if you ever want to know it, just ask RG3. You're welcome, Sarah. There's a post with HARP machines used to cause a recent earthquake. Yeah. If you guys don't know what HARP is, start learning about it. It's really interesting seeing the images coming out of Turkey seconds before the actual earthquakes. There was flashes in the sky, and it was recorded. And those who believe that HARP can be used for earthquakes, check into it. I don't want to go down that road too much, but the conspiracy theorists out, just roll with it. Shipmate as a word is one of the unspoken Navy culture. Won't hear it if you weren't. Exactly. The horse story. You guys aren't getting it. I am not talking about it. Oh, God. What's good, Randy? Community HEX is starting to wake up again. Yes, it is, Alaska Fisherman. 7 says, I'm great day, friends. Wishing you all a happy Green Day. Shaq, okay, we know you're in Algeria. Awesome. Just south of, I lived in Sicily for 3 years, so Algeria is pretty close. Funk Master Hex, Randers, thank you, brother. Randy bought a horse, I think. Oh, I'm planning on it. So I talked to my buddy David, who's got the properties out by the water, like an hour past the airport. And I was like, I want to get some horses. How much does a horse cost? Like, $300. Like $300? Yeah. They only cost like $300 in Panama. I'm like, dang, that's cool. I'm all about that. Hey, Franklin knows the ghost. Franklin knows the horror story. Franklin was there, I believe. or at least in the chat. Hey, Franklin, what's up, buddy? You ready? Download the Oryx wallet and stake their coins. Do coins in this wallet get copied when Pulse Chain launches? Yes. Okay, so this is twice today someone said something similar to this. Guys, the wallet doesn't matter. You can have it in any wallet, but as long as it's an Ethereum token, it's going to get copied to Pulse Chain, because all a wallet does is read the Ethereum blockchain. That's all it does. Your coins aren't on your wallets. Your passphrase or your seed phrase, like the keys, are on your wallet. So the keys know what's on the ledger. So all a blockchain is a ledger. If you guys have taken any accounting or anything like that, it's just a ledger. It says this wallet owns this much, this one has this much, this one has this much. Your wallet is the way that you access your line on the wallet. And then you could transfer coins, sell them, do whatever you want with them. So that's what your wallet does. Randy bought a horse. What's his guys? I want to see some pics. Let's all buy horses after Pulse kicks off. The horses here in Panama are so tiny. Where I grew up in upstate New York, you had all these big giant horses. And my stepdad's brother, he had mom step in the dancing horses, the ones that prance. I can't remember what they're called. And they were big horses. And they had a farm. And but these horses in Panama are teeny tiny. Yes. Squid Lord. The Serbs got blamed for everything. The Russians were too weak and compromised to help them. Not anymore. The Russian bear is strong now. Well, for now. The only problem is that their interior, let's not go down macroeconomics, because that'll start fudding everybody, and I don't want to FUD. But the state of the world is in trouble. We're in big trouble. We can't let Russia fall apart again. Yeah, but it feels like they're purposely doing it. That's what happens. When you say burst through, it was more like a sleepy stroll through the 5 cents. Hey, marketing is marketing. You got to have some FOMO in there. What'd you miss, Bright Light? Not much. Just everyone's stuck on the horse. And what will happen when people dump it to buy Pulse Chain and PulseX? The price will go down. It's simple, guys. If you have thousands of people who think that they're going to get a copy of HEX, sell that P-HEX, and buy Pulse Chain, the price of P-HEX is going to suffer. It's going to have a rough time for the first 48 hours. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, the F-105, very pointy plane. Yeah, it looks like a dart. Nothing better than kicking back in a bear fest while stacking Hedron and Icosa yield every day and listening to the music of my bags clinking as they grow. Hey, Rick. A $300 horse walked into a bar. 300 for a horse is mad cheap, bro. Yeah, that's my best friend Mike there. Yeah, $300. Crypto heat map looking very red at the moment. HEX shining through though. Not so correlated after all. Well, it's usually correlated on the way down, but I think because we have so much good news right now, that is keeping us floating high. See, the Randy horror story is legendary. Heard you say Russia is weak and losing. I didn't say they're losing. Not true in my opinion. Putin was hoping for the best, but planning for the worst. The EU thinks this is the 90s. They're in for a real shock. I'm talking macroeconomics. Macroeconomics-wise, they're in big trouble. When Nord Stream pipeline was blown up, that hurt them big time. As well as their all of the engineers had to leave the country, the ones that work on the pipelines. Russia has one pipeline. Did you guys know this, that Russia has a pipeline that they have to run 24 hours a day, every day, because during the wintertime, if they let it stop, it will freeze. That's nuts. Beeping of the horns. That's the most spider. I can't. I can't. I don't want YouTube to ban me. As long as it's self-custody wallet, Coinbase has a non-custodial wallet, no copies of custodial. Just to be clear, that's not all wallets are non-custodial. Okay, the Coin Critic is right. See, I don't use custodial wallets. I don't even think about them. I don't think about centralized anything. I don't think about having stuff on Coinbase or Binance or anything like that. So get all of your coins off of that shit. Put it all in your MetaMask, put it all in your Aurochs wallets, and you'll be fine. If you don't have a self-custodial wallet, I mean, if you're in HEX, we've been in this so long that Hexkins don't use custodial wallets unless they're trying to offboard their money, right? So I'd be careful. Just make sure. Yeah, it's a Hex Easter egg. Let's go back watch DS early days. That was actually my first or second live stream with Discourse Syndicate. I used to go on there every week. How much URIS do you need for free trades, features, and Aurochs wallet? It's not the Aurochs wallet. It's for the Aurochs terminal. You can get signals and all kinds of stuff sent to your email, all kinds of great cool things. I would just say just have 5 or so. Everything's based in USD, so it's not a matter of how many coins you have. As the price of URIS goes up, it'll cover all of your needs on the Aurochs platform. Hey, Randy, do we get a copy of our USDN pools chain? Yes, you do, but so does everybody else. And USDC will not be supported by Circle on Pulse Chain. So if you're not the first person that sells, you're probably going to get wrecked. So your best bet is to get into other things and then sell those. Yes, Mom. Morgan Horses. That's what we had. Morgan Horses. my nickname used to be Horse in high school. What the fuck? I've always been a big guy, man. Brenton, Clydesdales are giant, but they don't dance. We had the Morgan Horses. Not my family, but my uncle did. I live in the middle of nowhere, 100 miles from the nearest city. Silence is the best sound. Well, right behind the sound of ice clinking in my drink. I cannot wait till we have our farm. I'm talking about that today too. I can't wait for it. I just want somewhere to go, and all I hear is monkeys and other animals, birds. Right where the farm is, there's a huge mangrove forest along the waterfront. And my buddy told me that during the times when the birds come for migration, every bird you could possibly think of fill up the mangroves, and they're all nesting and migrating, doing all that kind of stuff. He said it's so beautiful. He goes, he just goes out there and watches the birds. I'm like, that sounds like a plan. Richard's too busy with his museum. Quit telling our PX secret. Yeah. Oh, God. My boy was swinging that horse. If we have our half an hour chat, I want to talk about Russia for 28 minutes. No problem, Squidlord. Look, I'm a macroeconomics guy. I love that's my porn is macroeconomics and geopolitics. I am by no means a supporter of any country. I wish there was no countries. Fred Ted Nelson, I have a mission. I met a horse in a bar last week that was wearing lipstick. I don't know, Humberto. I could ask. Rumors says SEC wants to ban staking for U.S. customers. Okay, let's clear this up. Oh, right. Actually, let me see if I can find that bit of news, because this is kind of deceptive. So let's go Google News, because this is important to everybody. And if you get flooded out of your bags, so staking. Okay, there we go. Found it already. See? And rid of this. All right. Coinbase's CEO cites rumors the SEC may ban crypto staking for retail customers. I hope that's not the case, as I believe it would be a terrible path for the U.S. if that was allowed to happen, Brian Armstrong tweeted Wednesday. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says he's heard rumors the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission would like to ban retail customers from engaging in cryptocurrency staking, the income-generating technique at the core of running blockchains, including Ethereum. I hope that's not the case, as I believe it would be a terrible path for the U.S. if that was allowed to happen, he tweeted. The SEC declined to comment. While Armstrong's suspicions may come as a surprise to many in the industry, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has previously stated that cryptocurrencies that allow staking could be classified as securities under the Howey test, even though Ether has been designated as a commodity by the SEC's sister regulator, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. After congressional hearing in September 22, Gensler told reporters that though he wasn't referring to any token in particular, staking was another indica that under the Howey test, the investing public is anticipating profits based on the efforts of others. A significant amount of money is staked. The value of staked assets was about $42 billion in the fourth quarter of 2022, with annualized staking rewards of $3 billion, according to a report from Staked, a non-custodial staking service provider. That figure was not limited to just retail investors. Okay, so this is FUD, and I love FUD because it drives things down. But I think when the final law comes out, this makes no sense. So what they'll go after is the ability to stake on custodial wallets like BlockFi, like Celsius, like FTX, Binance. Those kind of places, I believe, are the ones that are going to go. They cannot enforce decentralized or DeFi, where it's just a smart contract. So there's products out there on the blockchain that you could send your coins, and they go into a smart contract, and they are not a smart contract. They go into like a custodial smart contract, and then you get paid out tokens. Those they could block. Things like HEX. HEX is a smart contract that you are the only person that can engage with it. It's your wallet, and you engage with the smart contract. So there's nothing they can do with HEX. Unless Ethereum just decides to fork and they get rid of the HEX smart contract. I don't know if that's possible, but that seems like something that only in the worst possible scenarios would even be thought of. So then we have Pulse Chain, and everything could just move over there or move to ETH POW or ETH Fair or something like that. So we're on 4 blockchains. People think the US has this really big ding dong that they could just slap on the table and say, this is how the world's going to run. This is how we're going to do it. No. They're not as powerful as I think they are. Ethereum, 70% of all of Ethereum node operators are in the United States. But you know what will happen if that kind of stuff happens? 70% will quickly be outside of the United States. Like that, guys. So don't be worried. Don't be fudded out of your bags. Brian Armstrong's got a job to do. He's got to try to get you to sell so that he and his buddies can buy cheaper. Dun, dun, dun. Russian and Ukrainian demographics are done for, even if the war ended tonight. China too, which will cascade economically globally. Yeah, it's a shit show. It's like a snowball going downhill, and it keeps getting bigger. And the longer this thing goes on, the worse it gets for everybody. I think Icosa is going to surprise everyone with mad gains next bull run. The yield is a great hedge. Yes, it is. I love Icosa. That was SPF fudding from jail. Any thoughts on poor pleb potential? Sure. It's going to do really well in the bull market. But coins like that do not do well in a bear. Russia's demographics are great. Also, they took a safe jab. Yeah, that was smart. That was a good part. Yeah. Their demographics, though, they're very old. That was their thing. They got one of the older populations in Europe. No problem, TFM. I'm here to help out. Morgan horses are original of England. Really, Umberto? I didn't know that. Oh, I imagine so. My uncle's wife was pure blood English, or her family was, and so I imagine that's where it came from. Hey Randy, can I send my USDC dry power to Pulse Chain platform once Pulse and Pulse X? No, you cannot do that. You have to wait until the bridge happens. When the bridge happens, you'll be able to wrap. You'll be able to wrap your coins. There'll be PUSDC, and that'll be different. That's a different thing than USDC. That you'll be able to trade on Pulse Chain at a full dollar value. You just tweeted it. No horses were hurt in the making of this stream. I hope you are well, Randy. All hail King Richard. Yes, life changer. Do you follow and or agree with Peter Zahan's views? Hey, Jay Cryptos. Very nice. Yeah, I like, he's one of the guys I listen to. People were asking last night who I listen to for macro. Peter's one of them. There's another gentleman I listen to who's not on YouTube. He's only on, what's the other one that's famous now? The YouTube, where all the conservative folks went. I like to get a nice different views from different people. Lippenzaner's dance. Yes, Lippenzaner stallions. They sure do. And HEX will call it burning. Yeah, exactly. You burn your HEX, then after your contract is done, you remint them, plus you get some yield. If HEX goes below 2 cents, I'm quitting meat for like 24 hours. It doesn't seem like a very long time. There's not much of a commitment there, human HEX trafficker. Seriously. Woot woot, yeah. Hello, Crispy. Go sport hexfire.io, guys. Hexfire.io. Crispy is the owner. And he's got a Patreon now, too. So check out his Patreon to help support. I'm preparing a response to Australia's token mapping consultation paper, more to be announced mid 2023. I didn't know that they were doing that. Awesome. Go get them. Free speech says basically enough laws and regulations already exist, and teaching being key and being able to ready on-chain data is my feedback. Exactly. There's enough stuff there. It's just that they're regulation junkies. They feel like they have to add to the regulation book. Hey, Randy, can I buy HEX Icosa on Oryx Wallet? Yes. Yes, guys. Yes. I'm gonna say it again. A wallet is only the way you interact with the blockchain. It's the keys. The blockchain's still there. It's just your ledger. Think about it. I mean, I don't want to confuse big LEDGAR with little LEDGAR, ledger as in your balance sheet. So it doesn't matter what wallet you use, you'll be able to trade because they all work with Uniswap and other blockchain, other CowSwap or 1inch or any of those. Very excited to become a Pulse Chain validator for only 32 million Pulse, Randy. Yeah, but think about this for a second. If I used to have a lot of Ethereum, okay? But I was a dumbass and I sold my Ethereum. I mean, one project paid us 400 Ethereum in 2016. We immediately sold it and went to Argentina for a conference. So those are the mistakes that we make, right? But if you could get your Pulse chain and immediately put it in as a validator, you have less chance of selling it because then you have an extra layer of work that you have to do to go sell your Pulse chain. So anything that requires time staking or extra work to get it out, I'm all for it because you'll be less likely to want to sell it. Do you think PulseX will dump the first few days? Everybody will focus on buy Pulse? Yeah, I think that for sure. Open your mind. There you go. Hexfire.io. You think single side staking will pay some profits with PulseX? For sure. For sure it's going to pay. It's going to do really nice for all of us. Let's pull up the charts. How bad is the bleeding? Okay. 22.5 right now for Bitcoin. But I mean, overall, everything still looks pretty decent. Demand index is over zero. The fear and greed is still greedy. We are getting a dump, but when we say dump, how much are we saying? This morning it was 23,254, so we're down about $750. Let's go to the daily, so give us a better view of that. Look at the dailies. We had the red Aurochs indicator going back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days, guys. 18 days. We've been negative. The red SMA has been over the MA for the moving averages. Demand index is heading back towards zero. The BGMC confidence indicator went down below zero, as I told you guys yesterday. So, it's heading down. This is all signs that maybe this little pump that we had is coming to an end, and we got to have a nice little retrace before we can get going again. BitMEX on the weekly, BitMEX ETH USD on the weekly. Still looks good. Still got a green Aurochs indicator on the weekly. Demand index is looking good. Fear and greed is looking good. Well, let's see what the daily says. The daily I would consider the daily the leading indicator, telling you kind of which way the direction is going. So if we have 7 days of red and it actually continues to go down, and maybe the demand index goes below zero, then next week, when we go back to the weekly here, it'll probably show a red Aurochs indicator, because we've had quite a long run here. We're due for a pullback. HEX, okay, now we're back to 5.23. We're up 15% today. This is the monthly. I mean, HEX looks gorgeous. But still, the demand index still has not crossed over zero. If we get that crossover zero, that means sentiment has changed. Even though we see that sentiment has changed, according to the demand index, it hasn't. So maybe Axis Alive is right that if we do get this sentiment change, that means we're going to 23 cents. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. How wonderful would that be, guys? How wonderful. I'd love to see that again. It's been 2 years. Look at this. This is the daily. Everything's bullish here. There's nothing that I could say that is bearish. Everything's bullish. So this is kind of what Bitcoin was looking like 2 weeks ago. Hedron is at 5027. Look at that. That's amazing. It's a big doozy right there. And demand index, look, it's over zero. Look at this, looking good. Way to go, Hedron. You fought back. Urus token is at 22, or to say $23. Does have a red Aurochs indicator. That will follow closely with Ethereum, because Aurochs, its trading pair is Ethereum, main trading pair. So Hart's law is true for that. And Avalanche is coming back down, 1925. Tim was just messaging me, asking me about something. So that was that boom, my Telegram. All right, so that's that. It's looking good, guys. HEX is looking hot. And I'm hoping that we keep running for the next, next couple weeks. If we get Pulse Chain version 3 announced, we can expect to have a date for it to go live, or just Richard saying, okay, version 3 is live. Here's the RPC type thing. If that happens, boom, it's going to be a fun week. Now, if nothing happens really quick for the launch of Pulse Chain, if we don't get something within 4 weeks to 3 months, then you're going to see the slow bleed out, I think, for HEX. Oh, RH Max came in. What's up, buddy? Can anyone go to a bank account in Panama? Yes. Is it possible, or do we have to come to that? Oh, you have to come to Panama. You have to show your passport. You got to do all your KYC and stuff. Hello, Florian. Is this what? I'm Florian. Are you the Florian I met in Anarchapulco? An early Hexagon. Can anyone open them? Yes, yes, yes. What's up, RH Max? Need to have you on March. Yeah, RH Max, man, you've been burning the content, man. You're making so much. Maybe Hex will be 10 cents by then. Oh, wow. That'd be amazing. RH Max, yes, sir. Also to count how many days, just use the ruler on the left side and help get that confidence. Oh, yeah. I'm not, I told you guys, I'm not a TA guy, so I'm kind of dumb when it comes to using these things. The crypto and the compassion. I was looking at some crypto reg stuff and had a chuckle. I might move to Antarctica. You gonna go hang out with the penguins? Oh, Crispy sent me here. Crispy's the man. Free speech. B-Flow. Good to see you, sir. My body is not ready for 23 cents. Man, I remember the feelings when it was there. And I remember the conversations with my wife. And I want to be able to have those conversations again. Like, can you believe this shit? This is out of control. Let me catch my breath at 6.369. Channel name. That video explains in layman terms how to use MetaMask. Oh, did you post a link? I don't think it's probably got deleted. I got pretty good mods. Not that your link was bad. It's just that there's no links in the chat unless it's from a mod. Yeah. I had a stream with him and Bob about 3 months ago. And that by far was the most viewed stream I had in the Hex community. Like bonkers. Chart's looking terrific. Sure does, Pepe. Mr. Max is in the house. Everything on Nomics is not looking good. I remember when we outkicked Nomics to the curb. Remember when they revalued Hex? You hope it keeps running hot because you got some stakes coming out. Haha. Actually, I don't. 2026 is my next stake. Very painful. I have to wait that long, and it's probably going to be after the bear market or after the bull market. But what I want is Pulse Chain and PulseX because where our money is locked up in all these sacks that we did, the sack phases. How's the beautiful wife, my man? Lucky dog. Yeah, she's doing good. She's in the other room watching the kiddo. Hello, sir. Pulse Lord. Literally clipping videos as I flip between streams. Hey, are you using video.ai? It's an amazing tool. Community equals energy. Yep. RH Max, keep doing your thing. Love the content. Yep. We all will. Yep. Enjoying all the collabs in the RH community. Yeah. That's what we do. Penguins. There's been a UFO sighting. What? This community is unstoppable. It sure is. Yeah, he's hustling. Those conversations with his spouse are incredible. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh God. Yep. You know, it just, and it's not just about her wanting to go shopping and that kind of stuff. Women, what I found, crave security, right? So I know this isn't like sound for if a real estate investor hears this, they're like, "Oh, cringe, Randy." But we want to own our house outright. I want our farm owned outright, and all we have to do is pay the real estate taxes. And the real estate taxes here are just a pittance, so tiny. They only get expensive once you go over, I think, $500,000 or something like that, some ridiculous number. I mean, for Panama, that's a pretty high number. So she just wants to own the house outright. Our cars owned outright, no debt. It's just, to us, that financial security is our top priority. Squid Lord, the hex streamers were brilliant through the bear market. If I was in a trench, hope not, I would want to be with you guys. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Appreciate that. RH Max, you have host shot down and a hex logo on the side of it. Oh goodness, that's funny. I'm worried that after launch, PHEX and PLSX will be laid down big time for the King PLS. You good? Opportunity. There's always opportunity, guys. Won't go too much into it, but there's always opportunity. Gatekeeping the aliens. Can't wait to have those conversations with my wife again either. Here you go, babe. Instead of, can you lend me some money and just a little short of another T-share? That's funny. I did try video AI, made some TikToks. Yeah, it works really good. Tell me about your Telegram group. I'm really interested in signing up tonight. Okay, Murph. It's just it's no permissions Patreon. Go to patreon.com/no permissions, or you can just go to my Twitter. There it is, patreon.com no permissions. My Twitter has it on the byline, so you can go straight there. We're having fun, and tomorrow we have our strategy meeting. And I think strategy, one of the best aspects of our group is the strategy meetings, because we talk about anything that has to do with crypto. So it could, we're not afraid to talk about anything, I should say. And I don't just talk about HEX and Pulse Chain. We might dive into some other blockchains and do some research, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different. This ecosystem holds up well during the drops in BTC. It sure does. Does RH Max sleep, or are you AI? Well, for him, he's West Coast, so it's only, what? He's 3 hours behind? 8 p.m. for him. RH Max, I like scoping out the Hexagon content. There's people, I don't know who's doing it, but somebody's clipping my content, just putting up on TikTok. I'm like, cool. I'm cool with that. Go for it. Who said they? I want to farm so bad. That's why I'm investing, honestly. Some land, a big pole barn, and I'll be happy. Yep, exactly. It's just what you want, something that you can disappear to. And I'm not getting locked down again. There's no way in hell. I learned my lesson. Got to ask ChatGPT to make me an artificial RH Max bot and see what I get. No debt is the best flex. It sure is. It feels good. Feels good. No car payment, no nothing. I hate paying rent. ChatGPT 5 might just make you an RH sandwich. See, I'm all about the AI stuff. I love it. I signed up for Midjourney today. I used up all my free image making, so I signed up for the basic plan, because you can do like 200 things a month. I'll probably go over that and I'll have to buy more. But right now I'm just, because I don't really have the time to goof around, but I just love the AI. The cover image, I made that image, the one with the green, the candles coming out of the computer. I made that on not ChatGPT, but on Midjourney tonight. It gave me I had like 12 different versions, and I took that one and made it a little bit better, and then I put it on my cover image for YouTube. So it's a great way of making original images instead of going to Google and just taking images and possibly someone claiming that, oh, you stole our content, right? So what you can do is you take those images that you're finding on Google, you right click on them, and you open it in a new tab on your computer. You copy that address, you go to Midjourney, and you put /imagine, then you paste that image address in there, and then you tell Midjourney what you want it to do. So I said / the link of an image with the bars, right? And I said green candles bursting out of a computer screen in an explosive fashion, and that's what the image did. So I love it, and I know how to do the other things too. Put some like more extra emphasis on certain parts of the image. I know how to do that too, but I was in a hurry, so maybe next time. Antonio says, "Ha sido un viaje espectacular en el bear market. Looks like it's going away, but let's see." Yep. I do sleep well. Actually, I just go to bed real tired. Ari talks about how he still has to make his sandwiches. Hey, does anybody else use these? The nasal strips. Speaking of sleep, I tell you what, guys, I started using these and I'm sleeping really nice because I breathe fine out of my nose all day long, but when I lay down, it's like I don't know what happens and it just blocks up. So I use this and I'm breathing really good. And I also have one of those bite things when I sleep that pushes my jaw forward a little bit so I don't snore as much. I'm definitely sleeping better. Randy, you're a champ. Always fun to catch you live and be in the chat for a change. My chat is funny as hell. It's like the conversations. It's just it's a real ride every night. Seriously, this reminds me. My chat reminds me of how it used to be in Hexologist chat. You know, people getting Hexo to say things. Guys want me to talk about the horse. Hey, Randy, if you decide to build a farmhouse, looking into rammed earth wall, great for heating and cooling. Hexother for sure. My guy that's building the house, I mean, it's going to cost me like 50 grand to build the house. So he's doing it in a fashion where it's very good with the air, so that they get air circulation, and it doesn't need to hold heat. Actually, we need it to cool because it's so hot here. So I can't wait to see what his designs are for his house. So he's got beautiful designs. He said if I want to, just build the same exact house for us too. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. It's got a patio wraps around the house. And my little spot, it's illegal for me to fire my guns in my yard. It's legal. Awesome, Pulse Lord. Woohoo. Bang, bang, bang. If you can fire your weapons in your front yard, you have my respect. He's out there. It's far out. It's awesome. Especially when I hear a neighbor in the distance. Got to answer back. My problem is it gets expensive. Those bolts aren't cheap. How do those nasal strips work with allergies? Oh, they're fine, B-Flow. So if you have a deviated septum at all, like this side's fine, but this side, it has a little bit of a blockage. So what it does is it pulls the skin away because it's got like a plastic tab inside, and it is glued here, and it just poop, it spreads, and it lets you breathe really good. It's amazing. Then you can do the Latino thing and put some Vicks on your chest. A SWAT buddy moved to Texas from California. His old SWAT buddies from California asked him, why Texas? And he walked to the front door and emptied his magazine and said, that's why. That's awesome. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. Nasal strips and a mouth guard. How does your wife keep her hands off you? You're a funny fucker. That's awesome. Oh, God. You guys are having a gun conversation. 22 is actually my favorite to shoot and the most affordable for sure. Oh, yeah. I'm a 20. I would love to have a little 22. We actually, when my mother-in-law had her kidnapping incident moment, which was partially her fault because she went down a side street, and she's 70 years old and probably shouldn't have done that kind of stuff in an iffy neighborhood. They grabbed her. 3 women grabbed her and put her into a car and told her to give them the money over. So after that happened, we went and bought a bunch of tasers and pepper spray were loaded up. I haven't bought a private, like something that we can keep in the truck yet, but I would love to have a 22 just to scare them off. Wonder if those strips will work for my wife's legs. Navage works wonders for sinus. Does that clean out your sinus? My dachshund, my dachshund needs those strips. Yeah. I'm going to the range soon. My buddy wants to go out to the range. He's got a bunch of stuff that he's just bought. And he told me to come by. He's got a shotgun. And I need to get a nice shotgun. I love shotguns. What you talking about, Willis? Glad she's okay. Sounds traumatic. Yeah, it was traumatic for her. Bad situation, but they only got off with $30. They asked her if she had any family, like any kids. She's like, no, I never had any children. She's got 5 kids, but she thinks the only reason why they let her go is because they thought she wasn't a mom. Get a revolver, always goes bang, no jams. They sure, yeah. I grew up around 357s. Yesterday, my wife drove over my favorite dog. The vet bill was more than the days I COSA healed. The dog was fine. Thank God. He'll eat the mouth. That sounds like a dog. Hey, you're welcome, Sandy. 38 special, yeah. Keep up the great work, Randy. HEX Dollar, you guys are welcome. I am out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And don't forget, tomorrow we have our little get together at noon Eastern for anybody that's in the Patreon. So cheers.